Good morning. This is Pastor Zach with the Goodland United Methodist Church with your morning devotion for Monday, July 9th. Today I'll be sharing with you from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 6. He left that place and came to his hometown, and his disciples followed him. On the Sabbath he began to teach in the synagogue, and many who heard him were astounded. They said, "Where did this man get all this? What is this wisdom that has been given to him? What deeds of power are being done by his hands? Is this not the carpenter, the son of Mary, and brother of James and Joseph, and Judas and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us?" And they took offense at him. And then Jesus said to them, "Prophets are not without honor, except in their hometown, and among their own kin, and in their own house." And he could do no deed of power there, except that he laid his hands on a few sick people and cured them. And he was amazed at their unbelief. Then he went about among the villages teaching. He called the 12 and began to send them out 2 by 2, and gave them authority over the unclean spirits. He ordered them to take nothing for their journey except a staff, no bread, no bag, no money in their belts, but to wear sandals and not to put on 2 tunics. He said to them, "Wherever you enter a house, stay there until you leave that place. If any places will not welcome you and they refuse to hear you, as you leave, shake off the dust that is on your feet as a testimony against them." So they went out and proclaimed that all should repent. They cast out many demons and anointed with oil many who were sick and cured them. These two passages next to each other in the 6th chapter of Mark are very different. They contrast, but also shed light on the differences in our own lives and faith. It begins with Jesus returning to his hometown, likely welcomed with open arms to teach them and share the message that he was taking to the countryside and the other villages. But quickly things turned as they realized what he was asking of them, that he was asking them to change their lives, for their worlds to be turned upside down. And quickly they remembered who this man was, that he was this young boy from their village, that he was the carpenter, that he was the son of Mary, coming from a strange birth where his parents were not married. All the baggage from his childhood came back to all these people, and they didn't trust him. They didn't have faith. They didn't have faith in such a way that he could do no deed of power there except for healing a few sick people. And then he sends out the 12 and goes among the other villages teaching. Those 12 go out with nothing but themselves and their faith, to go out and to cast out demons, to anoint with oil many who are sick and curing them. The difference in these two passages is what the people do in response to hearing Jesus and knowing Jesus. There are those who couldn't get over his past, who couldn't change their thought of who he was as a boy, that God could be using him in such a miraculous way to save them and their souls. But the disciples went out with nothing to the villages to share and testify to who Christ was. How often in our lives do we miss the opportunity to hear a message from God, to embrace a messenger that God has sent to us because we get so caught up in who they were and what they have in their past? Think about the opportunities we've been missing each and every day if we don't have the faith to follow Jesus and get over our assumptions. Have a blessed day.